Hello, dear students. So today we are going to study these blood vessels and spleen. Now the blood vessels and spleen first. Blood vascular system is made up of heart, blood vessels and blood. Now we have already studied the histological structure of the blood. What is the composition of blood? That will be seen in connective tissues. The blood vessels, there are two types of blood vessels. One is artery and second one is a vein. And in between the artery and vein, there is some capillaries are also there. Now the blood vessels are tubular structures with varying their calibre and thickness of their walls. Now these blood vessels, they are responsible for to carry the blood from one region to this other region. Means in short, the blood is carried from heart to different body parts and blood is collected from different body parts into the heart. Means heart is responsible for to collect as well as to supply the blood. It is a collecting chamber as well as supplying chamber. But arteries, they are the blood vessels in which to supply the blood vessels to different body organs, and veins which collect the blood from different body organs, and capillaries, they are diffusible, they are smaller, they are present in between arteries and veins. Now the arteries are thick walled blood vessels which carry the blood pressure from heart to different body parts, and the wall of artery is composed of three layers. That layers are, outer layer is called as the theca externa, middle layer is called as the theca media, and inner layer is called as the theca intima or interna. Here is lying the endothelium. The innermost layer, it is called as the tunica intima or interna, which consists of endothelial lining, which are flattened cells joined edge to edge. The endothelial cells remain attached on basal lamina. The basal lamina is surrounded by elastic connective tissues which contains the band of elastic fibers called as a membrana elasta, which marks the boundary between intima and media. The middle layer, that is a tunica media, composed of smooth muscle fiber cells with elastic and collagenous tissues, and outer layer called as the tunica externa or tunica adventitia, composed of chiefly connective tissues, and the structure and thickness of each coat varies according to their size of artery. Depending on size, structure and function of artery, there are three types of blood vessels, that is a large elastic arteries, medium sized arteries and small terminal arteries, and then they will be called as the arterioles. Large elastic arteries, this is about the large elastic artery. They are also called as the conducting arteries because they conduct blood from heart to medium sized arteries, and near the heart, that is a dorsal aorta, carotid pulmonary, subclavian arteries are there, which comes from the ventral part, left side of ventricle, and the walls are relatively thin, and tunica intima is 1/6 of thickness of their walls. The endothelial cells of intima are short and polygonal in shape and rest on basal lamina. Below the endothelium there is a layer of connective tissues which contain the collagenous and elastic fibers as well as some few fibroblasts are there. Below this there is elastic membrane which contain the elastic fibers. The tunica media consists of elastic membranes, collagenous fibers, smooth muscle fibers and fibroblast cells. They form the elastic lamella. Outermost lamella is called as elastica externa, and then tunica adventitia, it is a thin layer of connective tissues composed of collagenous fibers which arranged longitudinal fibers, few elastic and smooth muscle fibers are present. It contains the blood vessels, that is vessels, vasa, vasorum, which form the capillaries and which gives rise to the nourishment to aortal wall. Then medium-sized arteries. Most of the arteries of body, they are this type, like as a femoral, intercostal, splenic. The wall of these blood vessels are thick mainly because of large amount of muscle in tunica media. Hence, they are called as a muscular arteries because more muscles are there. They are also called as a distributing arteries. They distribute the blood by contraction and relaxation. The intimal, there are three layers similar to that: endothelium, intermediate, as well as internal elastic membrane. The intermediate layer consists of delicate elastic and collagenous fibers, as well as some few fibroblasts are there. The elastic membranes is thick. Tunica media is the thickest coat and which contain the 25 to 40 layers of circulatory deposited muscle fibers are there. It contains elastic, collagenous as well as reticular fibers. Tunica adventitia, it is thinner than media and composed of elastic and collagenous fibers. They are arranged longitudinally and obliquely. It contains vasa, vasorum. Then last, number third, small terminal arteries that are called as arterioles. The small arteries are having diameter of 113 micron, while arterioles, that is a 100 micron or less. Terminal arteries connect the arterioles with muscular arteries. In intima of small arteries, muscle cells shows thickness from 1 to several layers, while arteriole only 1 to 2 layers are present. Elastica externa is absent in both type of the cases. Then this second, the veins. What is about the veins are there? Veins are larger than arteries. They carry the blood from capillaries network to heart. Their walls are much thinner because of great reduction of muscular and elastic element. Three types of veins are present and which shows the main structural differences. These three coats, that is the intima, media and adventitia. But their boundaries are not distinct. The entire wall is flabbier and more loosely organized than arteries, and it tend to collapse when not filled with blood. Large veins, medium sized veins and small veins, these are these types of veins. Large veins, they include the precavals, innominate, jugular. Precavals which collect deoxygenated blood from anterior and posterior part of the body. Anterior part, that is a two precavals, and one postcaval which collect deoxygenated blood from posterior part of the body. The intima contain endothelium which rests on basal lamina supported by longitudinal collagenous as well as elastic fibers. The media is thin and poorly developed which contain few smooth muscle fibers, and adventitia is the thickest part of the wall which contain the loose connective tissues with elastic collagenous fibers and longitudinal bundles of smooth muscles. Then vasa, vasorum is present here. Then medium-sized veins, they include all the name of veins, their branches except main trunks. The intima is thin with short polygonal endothelial cells. The internal elastic layer consists of dense network of longitudinal fibers. The media is thin, composed of circular muscle fiber and collagenous elastic connective tissues. It is a thick in veins of lower part. The adventitia is well developed and which form the bulk of the wall, and smaller veins that will be ends into the venules. The smaller veins are called as the venules of endothelial tubes surrounded by outer layer of collagenous fibers. Adventitia coat is thick. As vein increases in size, muscle becomes many layered. Between these layers of media, collagenous and elastic fibers which appears. And last, number third, that is the capillary. The capillaries are delicate tubes with average diameter that is 7 to 9 micron. All the capillaries are one cell thick which contain the flattened endothelial cells rest on basal lamina. These cells are joined by their edges to form the capillary tube. The endothelial cells contain usual cell organelles and which gives a pinocytic vesicles on cells. At some places, special cells, they are called the pericytes, and with multiple processes, they are associated with capillaries. These are the mesenchymal cells, and which gives the mechanical support to the capillaries and also phagocytic in function. Now this is about the TS of artery, vein and capillaries. Then what is about the difference between arteries, veins and capillaries? Now function, send blood from the heart and send blood to the heart. Then capillaries exchange the gases between these two, material exchange with tissues. And pressure, it is high in arteries, low in veins, and here low in capillaries. Lumen diameter is very narrow, but here wide and extremely narrow in capillaries. Wall thickness, it is a thick and here thin, and here extremely thin. Then wall layers, that is a 3 layers, same to here, tunica adventitia, tunica media, tunica intima, same here, but here tunica intima. Muscle and elastic fibers, there are large amount in arteries, small amount in veins, and here no muscle and elastic fibers. Then walls, here no walls are present in arteries. Walls are present. What is the function of walls? To prevent backflow of the blood. Here no walls are there. Now next part, that is the spleen. It is the largest lymphatic organ in the body, which is situated on left side of the abdominal cavity. It is a soft and dark purplish and highly vascular organ. Except at hilum, spleen is covered by serosa membrane called as the peritoneum, and the splenic arteries, nerves enter and veins, lymphatic vessels, they leave the spleen at hilum. Below the peritoneum, it is one of the capsule, and that will be made up of fibroelastic connective tissues, which contains some smooth muscle fibers. From the capsule, dense connective tissues projections, which extend into the substance of spleen. That is called as the tabiculi. The tabiculi radiate and subdivide into the smaller units, and which are anastomos to form the connective tissue framework. The wavy collagenous bundles fibers are there, elastic fibers are there, muscular smooth muscle fibers are also there, and they are increase the volume of the spleen concerned with that. The space within the connective tissues framework, they are filled with soft spongy tissue, they are called the splenic pulp. On the basis of color differences seen in a fresh preparation, the pulp is recognized white and red pulp. Both type of pulp contain the lymphoid tissue, reticular connective tissue as well as the lymphocytes. Then they are also found in a monocytes. Generally white pulp is organized around the arteries, and red pulp, they are the venous sinusoids. What is about the white pulp? It is a compact mass of lymphatic tissue around the arteries in the form of periarterial sheath. At certain places, the sheath enlarge in diameter, that will be called as the lymphatic nodules, splenic nodules, or multiginous corpuscles. White pulp contain framework of reticular fibers. Then lymphocytes, plasma cells, and macrophages. Erythrocytes are very rare. In the white pulp, towards one side of artery, there is a germinal center, which is active multiplication of lymphocytes occur. The germinal centers are numerous in spleen of children, but less numerous in adult spleen. Venous sinuses are absent in white pulp. Then red pulp. Now in the red pulp, which consists of plexus of venous sinuses and breaks into the anastomosing cords. They are the pulp cords or cords of Billroth. Red pulp contains the framework of reticular fibers, lymphocytes, erythrocytes, macrophages. Large number of erythrocytes in sinusoid, which gives red color to the pulp. They are considered, therefore they are called the red pulp, and they are actually located in between the 9th and 11th ribs. So then, what is actually the blood vessels? The arteries which enters into the spleen at hilum, they divide into the branches, and they are called as tabecular or interlobular arteries. These are in association with tabecular branches of splenic veins. After a short distance, trabeculae, they follow the separate course in a splenic pulp, Arteries get surrounded by white pulp. The arteries become central arteries and form the capillaries which nourish the lymphatic tissues. Then their size is reduced and they lose the surrounding coat of this lymphoid tissue and enters into the cord of red pulp. At this point, each artery which divides number of these straight branches which appears like a bristles, they are called as a penicillus. The penicillary arteries have thick sheath that will be called as a Schweitzer saddle sheath. It is well developed in pig as well as dog, but very poorly developed in man. These venous sinuses form the anastomosing plexus throughout the red pulp. The lining cells of endothelial cells are called as the littoral cells or lining reticular cells. The venous sinuses unite to form the large pulps, veins or collecting venules. They become the trabecular veins and different type of functions of spleens. It acts as a filtering organ for blood. The phagocytic cells remove the foreign particles, bacteria and degenerating leukocytes. This is the first one. The second one, it destroy the worn out blood cells and return the hemoglobin to blood, which is used for new RBCs. Then third, spleen functions as an organ for blood development during the fetal life, but after this birth, it forms only lymphocytes and monocytes. The white pulp which forms the antibodies, and in some mammals, it serves as a reservoir of erythrocytes and blood. This is about the actually structure of the histological structure of spleen. Then white pulp is there, then red pulp is are found, then various parts they are seen in this spleen. Thank you very much.